Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're in part 3 of Disney World 101. And today we're talking about once you're at the parks, the most fun, what we've all been waiting for. If you haven't watched videos 1 and 2, they will be in the description box below. Please go watch them and then come back and join us here. All right, so let's get started. Things I would bring into the park. First and foremost, food and water. Make sure your water is in insulated water bottles so it will stay colder. Also, just know the water at Disney does taste a little funny, but it is safe to drink, so don't let that alarm you. Make sure your food is filling and is not going to melt in the heat. Some of our favorites are frozen Uncrustables, fruit, carrot sticks, chips, protein bars, and we love to put them in an insulated bag with ice packs as well. Sandwiches are always great. Anything that is filling and will actually give you energy and keep you full until your next meal time. Being in the heat, it's very important to make sure that you have food in your tummy and a lot of water as well. Besides having just water, I love to add these. These are hydration sticks. There's tons of brands. You can get them all over. They are fantastic because you burn so much water and calories out there and you need to replenish and have tons of electrolytes as well. Those are a great option. Other things that I take into the parks are ponchos, hand sanitizers, cooling towels, baby wipes or antibacterial wipes, and definitely sunscreen. Okay, now that you're in the parks and you've brought everything with you, before you go through security, make sure that you have your bags from the bottom of your stroller in your hand. They will make you empty out your stroller at security and it is a hassle. Now that we're in the parks, we need to talk about what to do with our time. There's nothing I love more than rope dropping at Disney World. That is going to allow you to ride the most amount of rides with the lowest wait times in the coolest part of the day. You can also use these tactics when the parks are closing, but we'll get to that later. In order to rope drop successfully, there are things you have to do. You have to know in advance which park you're going to rope drop, what rides at that park you're going to rope drop, and you need to be there on time. On time in this case means at least 30 to 45 minutes before the park opens. Be at the park entrance. This will ensure that when the rope drops and they let you into the park, you are not at the very back of the crowd. You are at the front and can get to the rides you would like to do and do the most rides in that amount of time. The key is to rope drop rides that you know will have long wait times throughout the day. They may not be your favorite rides. If you know you're going to do them anyway, go ahead and knock out those long wait time rides now. Another hack for successfully rope dropping is dividing and conquering. It's totally okay if my husband and I go into the park with our 2 boys and myself and one of our children go to this side of the park and he and our other child go to the other side. That is how you take advantage of rope dropping. Do the most amount of rides in the shortest amount of time, and that might be splitting off from your group and then meeting up afterwards. At least you will get to ride something and everyone of every age can benefit from rope dropping. This will also help you not have to buy lightning lanes for every single ride. A lot of the rides you would need lightning lanes for, you can rope drop and then not have to spend that money. If you stay on Disney property, you get to enter the parks 30 minutes before anyone else that stays off property. My best advice to you is the night before, go into your Disney app, look up the rides you want to rope drop and know where they are in the park. Do not show up to the parks and then decide what you want to rope drop. You are wasting precious time doing that. These are rides that I would rope drop at every single park. Starting with Magic Kingdom. Something you need to know with rope dropping Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is the only park of the 4 Disney parks that you cannot park from the parking lot and walk straight into the park. You park in the parking lot and you walk to security. And from there, you have to either get on the ferry boat or get on the monorail to take you to the park. That is going to add time to your rope dropping experience. If you are rope dropping Magic Kingdom, you need to add an additional 20 minutes at least. Plan for more instead of less when it comes to Magic Kingdom. Here are the rides I would rope drop at Magic Kingdom. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Peter Pan's Flight, Space Mountain, Winnie the Pooh, and an honorable mention is Dumbo. The reason I say Dumbo is a ride that is very popular for little kids, and our family rides that ride multiple times, and so that would be something my youngest and I could go do while my husband and our older child went and did a roller coaster perhaps. That is one that families who are taking littles and wouldn't be doing roller coasters often could be good to rope drop. Next we have Epcot. First and foremost, I would rope drop Guardians of the Galaxy along with everyone else. It's the best ride I have ever done at any theme park, and it is the most popular ride at Disney World. Just know that ride will always have a long wait. So if you rope drop Epcot, it's never a bad idea to do that ride. Other rides I would rope drop at Epcot: Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, Test Track, Frozen Ever After. Next we have Animal Kingdom. I would absolutely rope drop Flight of Passage along with everyone else that rope drops Animal Kingdom. I would also rope drop Navi River Journey, Kilimanjaro Safari. The animals tend to be most active earlier in the day and later in the day. And an honorable mention would be Everest. It's only honorable mention because it does give you the option for single rider, which we love, and the line is never usually so insane compared to other rides. And lastly, we have Hollywood Studios. Rise of the Resistance is the most popular ride at Hollywood Studios. That is the ride most people rope drop when they rope drop that park. Also, Slinky Dog Dash always has a long wait. Rock and Roller Coaster, that ride from now until March 1st when it closes to be rethemed is going to have a long wait. That would be great to rope drop. Toy Story Mania always has a long wait. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. Before you rope drop any park or even enter a park, it is good to know that if your child is on the cusp of being tall enough for some rides, just know it is up to that cast member running that ride that day to decide if your child is tall enough or not. They will check their height right before they enter the ride to stand in the line, and then again before they climb onto the ride. I would highly recommend only rope dropping the rides you know for fact everyone getting onto the ride is tall enough to do. You will be wasting precious time getting your child's height measured 2 times, and then if they're not tall enough, you may not even get to ride at all. The opposite of rope dropping is closing. So here are the closing rides. Fun fact, if you are in line for a ride at any of the Disney parks, when the park closes, they have to let you ride. There are some rides that are not available for rope drop or aren't as great to do at rope drop, but are fantastic for closing rides. I'll share those with you now. At Magic Kingdom, all of the rides I mentioned for rope drop are great for closing as well. Others are the Aladdin Magic Carpets. Those are way too hot to wait for during the day. It's not a very shaded wait time. Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It's a water ride and you will get wet, and some people prefer to get wet and then immediately leave the parks. Also, the wait time is so long throughout the day, and if you get in line when the park is closing, you'll avoid a lot of that long time. Tron is not available for rope drop in the mornings, but also it is a ride that is just a different level of awesome at night. I highly recommend getting in line for Tron right when the park is closing and experiencing that at night. Barnstormer is an honorable mention. While that's not my favorite ride, it is a popular roller coaster for younger kids, and the wait during the day is very hot. It is not very shaded. Another ride I'm not really a fan of, but also honorable mention. My boys love the Tomorrowland Speedway. That ride has a very open wait. It is very hot and very miserable throughout the day. If you know you're going to do that ride regardless, I would recommend doing that either rope drop or right at closing, definitely at the cooler points of the day. Now on to Epcot. Again, all the rides I mentioned for rope drop, but also Soarin' Around the World. That's a great ride. Not sure I would get up early to do it, but definitely get in line at closing if you'd like to do it and avoid long wait times. On to Animal Kingdom. Here's a tip. Depending on what time of year you go to Animal Kingdom, the hours will vary when they close. Animal Kingdom closes currently at 8 p.m. The beauty of that is you get to see Pandora lit up and glowing, and it is stunning. So knowing that, I wouldn't rope drop Animal Kingdom right now, but I would end my day there. So these are the closing rides at Animal Kingdom I would do. Of course, the same rides as for rope dropping, except The Kilimanjaro Safari does close around 5 p.m., so that one you could not do at park closing. Also, Everest is so much better at night. I've ridden it several times and there's nothing like riding it at night. And lastly, Hollywood Studios. Same as rope dropping, but also the Tower of Terror. That's a very popular ride and a great one to end your day on. And this one is very, very special. Fantasmic Show. Right now, they have showings at 8 p.m. and 9:30. If you go to either of these showings, just know that a lot of people attend these shows. When you go to the 8 p.m. showing, getting there earlier is better, at least 30 minutes in advance, maybe even sooner. That will make leaving the show much quicker and will give you time to hop in line for one more ride before Hollywood Studios closes at 9 p.m. The 9:30 p.m. show starts 30 minutes after the park closes. So once that show ends, you simply have to leave the park. Both are great, and I highly recommend going to either showtime to experience Fantasmic. And lastly, these are my hacks and just general things to know about the parks. The parades and the end of day shows. Magic Kingdom has a 3:00 p.m. parade. They also have one at night that glows and it is stunning. Make sure you ask a cast member or you look up online any parades or fireworks shows or light shows happening at the park you're attending that day. While every park does something special in the evening, Magic Kingdom's fireworks show is the most iconic of them all. If you're not interested in watching these parades or shows, just know these are great times to capitalize on rides without the high waits and high volumes. 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. is a great window to plan to do your indoor activities, midday breaks, water rides, or just a slower pace. It is so very hot in Florida, especially from the months of June to September. Highly recommend rope dropping and then doing what you want to do in that window. And then when 12 o'clock to 4 p.m. rolls around, plan to take it easy so you can come back to the parks, pick back up where you left off. And from about 5 p.m. until closing, you can take advantage of the cooler time of day, the lower wait times, and then the magical show at the end of the day. Disney merchandise is so stunning at the parks and it's one of a kind, but it can be pricey. Places like Walmart, Target, or even Amazon can have great Disney merch options for a fraction of the cost. While I love my merch from the Disney parks, sometimes these headbands from the parks can give me and a lot of others bad headache. You want Disney ears without the headaches. The ones from Amazon are much more lightweight and don't give headaches. Check out your local Walmarts, Targets that are local to Disney. They will have great merch for a fraction of the cost. Utilize rider swap when you are at the parks. If you are taking a child on your trip that is not tall enough to ride a certain ride, the cast member at the entrance of that ride can access rider swap on your Disney World app. Simply means that someone will wait in the line for the ride as normal, and then when they get off, the person that was left behind with the child will then have a turn to ride, and they can bring a friend with them. That allows you to not spend your entire day waiting in lines twice, but also not missing out on rides because you have a little that can't do it. If you have any other questions about rider swap, the cast member at that ride will happily handle it for you. Mobile order most of your food. Some restaurants and food booths do not offer mobile order. Several of them do. Before you get onto a ride, if you know you're about to eat after that, give yourself a 10 to 15 minute buffer and then order your meal so once you get off the ride, it's ready for you. That cuts down on waiting in long food lines, having to order and then wait again for your food to be prepared. You can look on your Disney World app and see the options for ordering food there for each park. Another free bonus magical feature at Disney World, celebration pins. There are pins for anniversaries, birthdays, and just anything you're celebrating. They're completely free and you can go up to this booth with the blue umbrella and they will make sure to give you a button. They will write on it for you and it's so special to wear around the parks. A huge favorite of mine is the Memory Maker photo package. You can choose to add this full package on. If you're military, it's discounted, or you can simply pick to buy individual photos. The way it works, when you're at the parks, you can simply find a cast member. They will be in a green shirt and they will have an umbrella next to them and they'll be wearing a big professional camera, you simply go to them. They will pose you and stand you right there in front of them. They'll take great professional shots of you. They can add magic to some of the shots. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So fun. And then they simply scan your Disney app with their scanner, and it uploads the photos to your app with watermarks on them. If you would like to buy them individually, you can do that. Or if you add the photo package, you just simply download them straight from your app. If you choose to get the Disney Pass, that is the highest tier, the Incredipass, you get this photo feature included in that pass. It is so worth it. There's nothing worse than planning your outfits, planning your trip, getting there, and having a stranger have their finger in the way, the lighting look terrible, and your photos just not be good. Another hack is to bring a grocery bag or a sandwich bag with you to the parks. You never know when you will have something with little pieces you need to put away, or if you have a to-go box that you need to wrap in a grocery bag so squirrels don't climb in your box. They do that, by the way. Or if someone spills something on their clothes and has to get a different outfit and you need a bag to put it in. It's always great to just have one grocery bag and 1 or 2 sandwich bags handy. Plus, if you eat a Mickey ice cream like I love to do, you can put the ice cream stick in the sandwich bag and hold it that way, and any chocolate that falls off will land in your bag. Your hands won't get sticky and it won't drip on your clothes. It will just drip into the bag. I highly recommend, if you are going to be spending 3 or more days at the parks, that after 3 days, you work in a slow day or an off day. You can either hang out at the resort, you can go to Disney Springs, or you can simply plan to cut out the middle part of the day and just come into Rope Drop and maybe come back for the evening. You need that rest and recuperation, especially being in the Florida heat. If you're not from the South, the heat is no joke. This could simply mean coming to the park, but just doing shows, water rides, doing rides you have lightning lanes for, or leaving after Rope Drop and just coming in later in the afternoon. Just don't run yourself through the ground in this heat to do everything. Every park has a baby care center and a first aid center. They are a fantastic resource to get your baby out of the heat. If you'd like to breastfeed privately, if you need a moment for your toddler to regroup in the quiet, or if you need any first aid or baby supplies you may have forgotten at home. One thing to know, if you have a stroller, especially a double stroller, there are often times for certain transportation methods you will have to collapse that stroller. Make sure before you get onto the Skyliner buses that you're able to collapse your stroller if needed. To get onto the ferry boat, you don't have to collapse your stroller. You will just simply stand with it. Something a lot of people have questions about. Magic bands. Magic bands are great fun. They are not a necessity. They simply connect to your ticket and you can scan them at the ticket scanner. They also display whatever colors or happenings are taking place with that light show or fireworks show in front of you. Magic bands are optional. However, if you choose to get them, it will simply just be a new element of fun for you and your family. If you don't get a magic band, you can scan your Disney ticket from your phone, or you can get a physical ticket card as well. Something that is super helpful for kids in those long lines are just simple little toys. These kiddos go to Disney World and have a great time, but can get very overstimulated out of their routine and normal environments. These simple toys from the Dollar Tree give them something to focus on. They're not overly stimulating and will help the time pass by in those long lines. And lastly, but not least, I have one of my favorite parts of Disney World: pin trading. Pin trading is a treasure hunt and a souvenir and a gift that just keeps on giving. The way pin trading works is you can buy pins from the parks if you would like real Disney authentic pins. They are great collector's items. There's also several sets out there, and on the back of the packages it will tell you what set it belongs to. If you're not someone who wants authentic pins and you just like pins that are certain characters or from certain movies, there are tons of pins out there, and I would say the majority of the pins on the boards in the parks are not authentic pins. There are bulk packages on eBay of unauthentic pins that are all throughout the parks now. My best advice for fair and honest pin trading is to look up in advance on YouTube from other creators how to tell if a pin is authentic or not. When you're in the parks, if you take an authentic pin off the board, put an authentic pin back onto the board. If you take a pin that they call a scrapper, those are inauthentic. You can put down an authentic one if you'd like, or not. That's your choice. Make sure we're doing equal value trades, because authentic pins cost money, and it takes the fun out of it if there's never any authentic pins to trade. As you can see here, we have a huge variety of pins. We don't collect any specific ones. We just love the fun of trading and the community and the magic behind it. So that's all for this video. I'm so excited for your Disney trip. I hope you feel so prepared and you're looking forward to it. Any other questions you have, drop them below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more fun here on my channel.